I get asked about alcohol all the time. The short answer to everyone's question about whether or not I drink is yes, I do drink. I really enjoy the taste of a beer, and I actually quite like tequila every now and then. But the simple fact is, I have good drinking habits. Probably about 10 years ago now, I had terrible drinking habits. I worked in a nightclub for about 4 years, which obviously meant excessive drinking and staying out all night. And then I worked in the city as a stockbroker, which was more drinking and binge culture. I got myself into a lot of trouble, I ruined relationships, and I didn't really have a very good name for myself. But after a long time of feeling terrible and hungover all the time, I slowly but surely changed my habits with alcohol. Drinking only becomes a problem when you have bad drinking habits. Like with anything in life, you can get yourself into negative patterns of behavior, and going out and socializing and drinking is no different. You can fit alcohol into a healthy and balanced life and still be in shape. I'm going to teach you how you can incorporate good drinking habits into your life and hopefully change your life for the better. I'm going to start off by explaining how alcohol can become an issue. When it comes to your health and fitness, the number one bad thing about alcohol is that it literally stops your body from burning fat. When you ingest alcohol, it's broken down into a compound that can be used as a form of energy. If this compound is in your bloodstream, you will only use that as a form of energy and you will not tap into your fat. So there's a fairly good reason, if you're trying to get into shape, that you try and limit alcohol consumption. And most people know that it's toxic, it's addictive, and it can alter behavior in very negative ways. I learned this the hard way, trust me. There are two really negative reasons that I think alcohol becomes a problem. One is binge culture. Binge culture is rife in the UK and the US. There are lots of different reasons why binge culture is the way it is, but basically it's a bad habit. You get into the habit of drinking very quickly with your friends, and then also you get into the habit of drinking solely to get drunk. Social anxiety is another terrible reason to drink. But unfortunately, lots of people use alcohol as a crutch in social situations. Drinking for negative reasons is never a good thing, and it means you can become dependent on alcohol in certain situations. Drink for positive reasons, not for negative reasons. I personally drink because I love the taste of beer, and that's pretty much it. I don't drink because I'm insecure about my environment or because I want to get pissed. Here are my 5 tips on how to create good drinking habits. Number 1. This sounds incredibly simple, but just having the intention of not getting drunk can make a big difference. Being mindful of your behavior before a night out can make all the difference. Say to yourself at the beginning of the night that you're not going to get drunk. By doing this, you're far less likely to go out and make a fool of yourself later on in the evening. This is a big one. If you go out on a night out and all your friends are drinking and you decide that you're not going to drink, I can pretty much guarantee that they are going to encourage you to drink. The problem is, if you have no valid excuse about why you're not drinking, you're almost certainly going to be pressured into it. So what I used to do is say that I had sprint training the next morning, or that I had some kind of early morning activity, and that's a perfect excuse that you can use to get yourself out of drinking. Number 3, quality, not quantity. This ties back into enjoying what you drink. Find an alcoholic drink that you actually enjoy the taste of. That way you're going to sip it and savor it. And then pay up for something even better. That way you're not just going to neck it because it tastes terrible or because it's cheap. Number 4, drink water. Get into the habit of having a few glasses of water on your nights out. It can make a big difference to how you feel the next morning, but also it's going to keep you in control. Sometimes I go into a pub and I feel like I want an alcoholic drink, but actually it's just having something in your hand and having something fizzy. So one of the best things that made a big difference to me was having soda and fresh lime. This took all the cravings away for alcohol and is actually really refreshing, and obviously it means that you're not drinking. Number 5, do not drink shots. This one was a game changer for me. As long as I'm just sipping beer or wine throughout the night, I can stay in control. There's no other reason to drink shots other than to get completely annihilated. And if you want to create positive changes in your life, you're not going to do that. I'm not saying that you can't drink spirits, but just don't neck them. Sip them with some ice or whatever they go perfectly with, and that's fine. I've given you some very practical tips to incorporate into your life. Like with anything, it will feel strange at first, but it will soon become routine. These changes can have profound effects on the rest of your life, not only for your relationships and your behaviors, but also for your health and fitness. Having said that, developing a sober confidence is so empowering. When I was about 17 or 18 years old, I used to purposely throw myself into social situations and not drink. At first, it was really awkward and and very difficult. But like with anything, it became easy. Look at it as a skill that you're developing. At first, it will be very difficult, but over time, it will become easy and it will become natural. This sober confidence has completely changed my life. I'm someone that if I drink enough, bad things tend to happen. And now that I'm in complete control of my behaviors, nothing can hold me back. Remember, long established negative behaviors will not change overnight. I promise you though, if you make these small changes over a long period of time, it will completely change your life.